All right, hey, my name is Brian Ahlstrom. This is going to be my first vlog. I guess we'll see if this is my thing. I want to thank Matt Jackson for having this wonderful idea. Anyway, I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about myself and kind of where I'm at, how our clients are doing. Basically, just a little update on everything that is us. First of all, like I said, my name is Brian Ahlstrom. I'm a natural pro bodybuilder, married to Vicky Ahlstrom, who's a bikini competitor in the natural world as well. I'm a pretty boring guy, just run a couple businesses, have a few kids, do some youth coaching. Basically, live a pretty boring life, except for being able to be a big part of my kids' lives and working with some awesome clients and being surrounded by some great people. Been pretty lucky, and I guess in the bodybuilding and fitness world, I've worked with some awesome people like Layne Norton, Alberto Nunez, Jeff Alberts. Worked with them on my contest prep over the years, and really learned a lot from guys like that. They've had a big impact on me, and I can't even begin to describe how much I appreciate everything they've done. Also have some great friends out there that have pushed me and kind of shown me the way. Like guys like Ben Goings, been friends with him for many years. Ty Dan, good friend, great guy. Able to pick his brain whenever I need to, and he's shown me some great things as well. I think the biggest thing is just trying to keep an open mind, and if you have the attitude that you know everything, you're never going to be successful ever in anything you do in life, whether it's bodybuilding or working at the grocery store, whatever you do, whatever your thing is. I guess I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. I've been competing since 2005. Started off in doing some NPC shows. Just I really didn't know what I was going to do with myself. Got my feet wet in 2005. Basically dieted just to see how lean I could get. I have a tendency to let myself get way too fat. I've been as high as 250 pounds and as low as 167 over the course of the last 10 years, I suppose. '05, I competed in the Fox Cities NPC show run by Demetrius. I'll probably butcher his last name. Elkos. He's a super, super awesome promoter, great guy. Had an awesome experience at his show. Ended up third in the middleweights. Knew nothing about posing, nothing about prep. Basically, I followed Layne's online article that 100 million people have followed throughout the years, and it got me. I was in pretty good shape. I didn't look bad up there. My legs were real loose and my posing was really bad, and kind of the same thing everybody faces. But I guess I'm lucky enough that I got the personality that, I guess, lucky or unlucky, however you want to look at it. I have the personality that if you're going to do it, you're going to, why not be the best at it? I don't care if it's playing checkers with your friends. If I'm going to do it, it's going to be all out. And, I want to win what I'm doing, and I want to be the best I can possibly be at it. It's something I try to preach to my kids. My wife kind of has the same personality too. We don't 50% anything. We don't half-ass anything. If you're going to do it, give it 100%. Otherwise, don't waste your time doing it. Move on to something else, because it's not the thing for you. But anyway, back to my road. In I believe after '05, I started working in my off season with a guy named Sean Mishka. He's moved on since from the bodybuilding world, and he actually runs like a plyometric type jump for athletes, and he's super successful. Goes all over the country. Forgive me, I don't remember the name, but Sean is a great guy. Really helped me put on size. And my idea was to use his thoughts and philosophies, and then go out and find somebody in the natural world to dial me in for a show. And who better than Layne Norton, who I'd been following for years, and used this article to get in the best shape I've ever been in. So I went with Sean, put on some good size. I think got up to about 210, down from 176 or so. I just was top of the middleweights at that time. It's a soft 176. I mean, I wasn't real hard or anything. And after I put on some size, I contacted Layne, And we started my diet, I think, right around Thanksgiving that year with shows set in April. I actually did 3 shows in 4 weeks, which was crazy. But, you know, like I said, that's all I know, 100%. And then, so in '06, I actually did the Iowa Open first. It was just an NPC show in Davenport. Went down, was the only guy in the Iowa class, so I won the Iowa middleweight division. Then I went and got in the Open. Won my Open class, which I was ecstatic. Went against some tough guys. You know, there are guys all over, and this was a pretty good sized event. It's since grown into a huge event now. I mean, I'd get my clock clean probably on the NPC side, but I got in the overall and actually did battle with some monsters up there, and felt I held my own. And in a couple judges' eyes, they actually had me winning the overall. So, you know, and the way I am, it was humbling, but, you know, it's not going to change who I am. I just went back to work, and my goal when I left that stage in 2005 from the Fox Cities was to come back and win my division. It just lit a fire under me like no other. So what I did is went back to the Fox Cities, I believe 2 weeks later. Went in, best shape of my life, thanks to Lane, looked great, felt great, and I drank water the whole time. Big shocker, huh? I think I drank 1.5 gallons show day, and I actually ate carbs. So, you know, that's kind of where I started to learn that there's a whole different side to what everybody perceives as far as the carbs, water. You know, carbs are bad, water's bad. I mean, I think you know, everybody's learning more and more out there. But anyway, I actually went in and won my middleweight class over another tough guy. I was right at the top of the middleweights, maybe 174 by then. I dropped a few more pounds and looked even better and tighter and fuller and harder. So I got in the overall and had a hell of a battle in the overall, and actually won the overall in a NPC event and qualified for junior nationals. So if I'd wanted to take that route, I guess I could have. But my eyes were always on the natural bodybuilding. I just have a passion for it. And you know, it might sound cheesy, but the reason I did the NPC shows was just because they were cheaper. So didn't have to pay for my polygraph and drug test and all that other stuff. And my whole season had led up to the NGA Heart of America Natural Classic that year, and John Abraham was the promoter. Super great guy. And the best part of it was I was gonna, if I could win my class, I was going against Lane Norton. Lane was in the heavyweights. I was in the middleweights. I think 11, 12 guys in my class at the time. Huge class, tough guys. Of course, I was looking around and thinking, man, I'm not even going to crack top 5. That's, you know, I don't know. I guess I feel that way all the time, but maybe it's what keeps us grinding. Anyway, pulled out of my middleweight class, won that, so that ended the year with not losing my class once. Battled against Lane Norton. It was the funnest time I've ever had. Hung out with him and Isabel, and just, you know, kind of forged a good friendship at that time with them. And, you know, I've continued it throughout the years. And Lane ended up beating me in a close overall. You know, everybody has their own opinions, but hey, Lane looked great. I was happy where I was at. And, you know, I wanted my pro card, but I was also really happy to see him finally get his. You know, I knew how hard he worked, and I knew how bad he wanted it. So, you know, you lose to a guy like that, it's pretty hard to be upset. You know, we all work hard. So I was really happy for him. Anyway, then I was pretty burnt out after that. I didn't know what I was going to do, so I just lifted heavy, ate, and again, got too fat. It's kind of the story of my life. But after I you know, finished that journey, like I said, I took a hiatus, and I think the beginning of 2010, a guy that I had friends with quite a bit younger and ended up working for me throughout the summers, Paul Hansmeyer. He was going to start doing a show, so I started his diet with him, and, you know, I started dieting, and I went a few weeks in, and I was like, God, I'm looking pretty good. I think I can do this. So about 16 weeks out, I reached out to Lane Norton, and, you know, Lane, of course, told me I was too fat, like always. Sorry, Lane. Sorry, I always made your job difficult. I've made everybody's job difficult. But I got on the diet, and actually I made a lot of stupid mistakes in 2010 and learned a lot. I went to Ohio for a show. Ate insoluble fiber all the way through Friday. So